This is the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for Tuesday, July the 31st. I'm Michael Groff. Despite no obvious trigger mechanism in the atmosphere yesterday afternoon, we just had the usual ingredients of daytime heating, moisture, a little instability, and that was enough to trigger big-time showers and thunderstorms, especially for the North and West Valley last night. They got hammered with heavy rain, strong damaging straight-line winds. Over 100,000 people were without power. A 74-mile-an-hour wind gust at both Glendale and Deer Valley airports. And a roof was ripped off of an apartment building at 67th Avenue in Bethany. That's just a few of the many storm reports out there. So what does today hold, and what are we looking at for the rest of the week and into the weekend? Well, we'll talk about it first. Here's some of the video from my neighborhood last night. Some rain coming down, some lightning, thunder, about 1/4 of an inch of rain here where I am in Arcadia. And in the valley yesterday, the almanac, oh boy, look at that. 1/100th of an inch of rain officially at Sky Harbor Airport. It's one of those mysteries of the monsoon. Longtime Phoenix residents know all about that. Otherwise, 109 for the high, 82 the low. And outside right now, here at 5:15 a.m., we have mostly cloudy skies in the valley, and we begin this day at 84 degrees at Sky Harbor, dew point at 68, humidity 58%, light wind barometer rising. Temperatures across south central Arizona this morning, a few spots in the 70s, but most of us are in the low to middle 80s. Satellite loop over the last 12 hours or so, you can see those showers and storms that blew up over eastern Arizona, making their way toward the valley. And even through the overnight hours, still some showers and storms, even right now, going on across parts of Southern California. The watch warning map and an air quality alert is in effect for the valley for today. Excessive heat warnings and heat advisories in the Pacific Northwest and flash flood watches extend from parts of Georgia through the Carolinas. Convective outlook for today, a marginal risk of severe storms from around the Sabine Pass north and eastward toward Pittsburgh. And here in the southwest, we have a marginal risk as well. Once again, the primary threat from storms today will be strong damaging straight-line winds, although locally heavy rain can also be anticipated. And that risk area includes much of the east central and southeastern portions of the state extending westward toward the East Valley for today. Precipitation outlook for the next 7 days, around 1/4 of an inch for us here in the Phoenix metro. 1 to 2.5 inch totals in the high country and somewhat heavier rainfall as well in parts of southeastern Arizona. Let's get into the details of our weather, and to do that right now, we'll take a look at the models and see where this is headed. Let's check out the GFS. This is the 06Z run, valid at 5 o'clock this afternoon. We'll start with the upper look at about 18,000 feet in the atmosphere. An anomalous weather pattern, that's for sure. Deep trough over the nation's midsection extending all the way down to the Gulf Coast. Meanwhile, here in the southwest, high pressure in control. And a northeasterly flow aloft. So once again today, same setup. Down at the surface, partly sunny skies and scattered to numerous showers and thunderstorms over the high country. They'll make their way toward the deserts once again this afternoon. Highs here about 104 to 107. And whether or not these storms make it in the valley, I just don't think so tonight, because the atmosphere has been sufficiently worked over from last night's storms. Now, our chance of rain is certainly not zero. It's the monsoon after all, but probably a lot less than last night. Let's take a look at the high-resolution NAM, the North American Mesoscale model, at 6 o'clock tonight. Guess what? It's got nothing across south central Arizona. A very different look from yesterday. This isn't to say that there couldn't be an isolated storm that pops up someplace, but it just does not look too likely in the valley for this evening. Otherwise, tonight, partly cloudy, a slight chance of those overnight showers and storms, lows mostly in the 80s, and then tomorrow, partly sunny, hot, humid, highs 105 to 108, slight chance of late afternoon and evening showers and storms getting into the valley. Kind of the same setup on Thursday, slight chance of showers and storms here in the valley, highs 105 to 108. Friday, as troughing develops off the Pacific Northwest coast, our ridge begins to get pushed off to the east, and so the flow aloft begins to turn southerly, maybe even southwesterly, so some drier air may start to enter western Arizona and get close to the valley at that point. Our chances of rain, while not zero, will be diminished. High temperatures still in the 104 to 107 range. Saturday, not going to take the chance of storms completely out of the forecast, but they'll be very minimal chances at that point. On Sunday, we see an inverted trough. That's one that moves from east to west across northern Mexico, moving our way, and that should increase the chances of showers and storms, at least over the eastern half of the state. So there's kind of a battleground between the drier air to the west and the more moist air to the east. And so that'll be ping-ponging over the weekend and into early next week. High temperatures trending down. Again, if moisture levels increase, highs 99 to 103, both Sunday and Monday. Now, forecast confidence really starts to go down, especially as we get out to a week from today. This is Tuesday, the 7th of August. Inverted trough over southern Arizona at this point. Somewhat unsettled conditions would be the rule if this is right. High temperatures between 99 and 103. On Wednesday, the 8th, well, this is kind of an interesting look. We've got our inverted trough that's moving westward across western Arizona and southern California, running into the mid-latitude trough along the west coast that extends north into western Canada. That's kind of unusual, but if that happens to verify, yes, unsettled conditions could be the rule here over the southwest still. And then here's the end of the forecast period. This is Thursday the 9th. And our wild card for next week is a tropical system forecast to develop over the eastern Pacific. We've been talking about this for the last few days. Will it have any impact on our weather? If this setup verifies, probably not. But hang on just a second. Let's take a look at what the European has to say about all of this. This is the same time, Thursday the 9th. It's got a less impressive trough over the Pacific Northwest and the Northern Rockies, and high pressure located to our west and pushing the tropical system further away from us and keeping it away from the desert southwest. So at this point, it kind of looks like we'll stay dry-ish here in the southwest for the latter part of next week, if this verifies. But again, there's no consistency in the models right now, so it's hard to pin this down. Let's take a look at the numbers coming off the European ensemble. It's got us up toward 109 today and tomorrow. I'm not so sure about today, but we'll be pretty close to that regardless. And then temperatures trending downward toward the end of the week, next weekend, and the following week, maybe even below average, depending on how unsettled our weather gets. And that'll just about wrap it up for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video back here tomorrow morning. If you like our videos, be sure to subscribe so that whenever we post a brand new one, you'll get the notifications. Otherwise, be safe out there. Stay cool, stay hydrated as always. And you guys have yourselves a great Tuesday.